Hello and welcome back to the EF5 podcast, the crossroads between logistics and life.
That's what I just saw right
yeah, he's doing this little.
He's doing his pregame warm-up.
Yup. And speaking of pregame warm-ups, we're gonna be talking about today is sports. You know, we're not hitting anything super serious today. You know, we're a little.
Sports is serious? What are you talking about?
Well, it's serious, but it's not like, you know.
Some people take that serious.
That is true.
Go to Philly.
I'm not going. I've been to Philly so many times. I will not wear a Braves uniform at Citizens Bank Park. It's just not going to happen.
You end up in court underneath the stadium.
That was the old stadium.
Oh.
The old stadium. They changed that with the new Eagles Stadium. But yeah, they did have it under there and a jail cell.
Hey, look, they threw snowballs at Santa. Just saying.
That's pretty messed up.
They got confused.
I could imagine being a Phillies fan. That sounds awful. Sounds terrible.
Mike Smith.
Mike who? Smith? Mike Smith?
No, Smith.
Smith?
Hall of Famer, dude.
Talking about
third baseman.
I'm thinking of Mike Schild. He was the Cardinals guy.
No,
it's Smith. It's Smith with a D, isn't it? Like DT Smith.
It's like Smith.
Smith. Is it just Smith?
As far as I know.
I don't know. He is a Hall of Fame third baseman though.
Yeah,
he had an elite mustache, and you know that.
So what's better, third or first?
Third or first? I don't know. See, it's weird. So okay, let's even this out first. So here's what we're gonna do. Well, I'll guide this a little bit. So
we'll be all over the place.
We are gonna be all over the place. So I'm gonna try to
get.
I had this description. We're in a 6-lane interstate right now, but we're not staying in the lane. We stand in between the guardrails, right? So we'll start with our favorite sports, and then we'll just ask questions about them. Okay? Give us the whys, they're the best, all that good stuff, and then we'll just kind of like interrogate each other.
The sports we know.
Yes, generally.
We're not talking about rugby, are we?
Probably not. Are you going to say rugby is your favorite sport?
Well, I might if I knew the positions.
They're probably similar to like soccer, I'd imagine, right?
Like a halfback somewhere in there?
There probably is like a halfback.
There's got to be a goalie. No.
You know what?
Goalie? No, they just run the
there's
ball
no goalie.
Okay.
It's like football in that sense. You know, when I was working at Steve's place, working out at Steve's place in Hiram.
Right.
What was his last name?
I don't remember.
It was like a
We're
syllable.
not dropping last names around here.
Well, he's my dude. I wanted to give him a shout out. Anyways, there was a rugby player that worked out there. Did you know that?
I did not.
He's a pro rugby player. Played for the Atlanta Rhinos.
Did you know I'm a pro logistics? Okay.
You are pro logistics guy. All right, I'll start with you.
Anybody can call themselves a pro, but are you really a pro?
That is true. You're a pro author.
That's true. I'm an international
best-selling.
Exactly. I'm in an international Hall of Fame for trucking authors.
That is true.
Because I'm the only one there.
Probably.
Hey, look, I got a trophy to prove it.
Yep. See, he's got what is it? What is that? The ATL Cargo Awards.
That was before they just gave out trophies.
That is true. You earned that trophy. We got pictures of it. We do. So I'll start with you. What is your favorite sport?
I don't have one anymore, really.
I saw that one coming from a mile away.
Because nobody plays with a passion like they used to.
College sports do.
No, not.
I actually think a lot. I think a lot of. I will say this. I think there is a lot more. In my opinion, more baseball players that play with passion compared to.
There has been more coming through. I will say that.
There's been baseball players. There's a lot of football players that aren't like highlighted. Linemen play with a lot of passion.
It makes sense because you're playing the whole time to get that contract and make that career. So I get where you lose the passion once you get there.
Right.
But when the money wasn't there, then that passion stayed all the way through because you weren't playing for the money.
Or if you turn out to be fraudulent.
You were playing for the enjoyment of being the best of whatever position you play.
Mm-hmm.
To prove that the lineman is the most important person on the field rather than the diva wide receivers.
Well, here, I'll tell you this much. All right, think about this pitcher. He played for the Astros. Now he plays for the Yankees. Garrett Cole. Does that name ring a bell at all to you?
Yes.
So he went from the Astros. I don't remember what he was making there, but he had like an okay deal. But he was kind of becoming an ace and, the star of the rotation of pitchers. And for anybody that's not baseball
They're the most important people.
Yeah, they are. They are really. But he was starting to become an ace, and they signed a huge deal with the Yankees. It was like a 9-year, $324 million contract. It was like guaranteed $35 million a year, essentially, for 9 or 10 years. I forget the exacts, but it was something along those lines. Like, you don't give people that money unless they are
Worth it.
Right? Well, turns out he was and he's still a good pitcher. There's no way about it. Like, he is good.
Look, don't
But
question the man's integrity.
It's
You don't
100% that he used sticky stuff, man. So there was an epidemic between the 2019 and the 2021 seasons of pitchers using basically glue for their fingers to hold onto the ball better.
I get the whole epidemic thing.
Well, it was a thing, but everyone did it.
So here's the question. So someone who illegally does something,
right?
Is it okay for them to do it if everybody else is doing it?
If there's no punishment being handed out, yeah. Why not?
Okay.
You're just adapting at that point.
To me,
I don't think it's right.
To me, that's called cheating.
Oh, it absolutely is. I don't think it's right, but
then you just said it's okay for him to do it.
Yeah, it is okay. I don't think it's right, but it's okay. Because think about it. Think about it. So, like, here, I use an example.
I don't think it's right, but it's okay. Hear that again.
Yeah, it's okay to do. Like, if you just got to fit the confinements of what's happening. But, like, morality-wise, it probably doesn't sit right. Listen, Garrett Cole.
I get what you're saying. But
Garrett
I
Cole
don't
could have
agree
been
with it.
DFA'd and, designated for assignment and never made another dollar in the pros.
Do not find again?
Do not find again. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He could have literally been that. I mean, he was a high ERA guy, like 4.55 ERA guy in Pittsburgh. When he got to Houston, he lowered it a little bit, got to like kind of that 4 high 3s, and that's when the sticky stuff started coming in. And then he was like low 2s. And now that stuff's gone, he can't even get through 4 innings without blowing a game open. Like, that is fraudulent. Just flat out fraudulent. And if he wouldn't have been doing the things that he was doing,
right,
cheating essentially, he would never have made the money. So now he's locked in for 9 years, making $30 million, however much or whatever, for the next 9 years, because he just went with what everyone else was doing.
You don't know that to be accurate.
Well,
were you in the room?
Here's the thing. He won't deny it.
Do you have the video?
He won't deny it. And then there is this one reliever on Cleveland. His name is James
Roger
Karinchak.
Clemens never denied it.
I never said Roger Clemens did or didn't use steroids. But James Karinchak, he was a reliever on the Cleveland Guardians. I can't say the other one. You remember what their old name was?
Go on.
Anyways, basically, he was like a top-end reliever. Like, he was the guy for most of the American League.
Right.
And then they banned the sticky stuff. He got designated for assignment and hasn't seen the pro since.
I get it.
Like, if he didn't adjust, he might not have made any money. It
so,
sucks.
So keep walking it through. Everybody else, here's a telltale sign for people that don't know. And I never took them, so I just never took them.
Clarity.
But I know people who have, and the telltale sign for somebody using steroids is their body breaks down quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So start naming everybody if you're going down that road.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's a better question for you. Does Barry Bonds have the home run record?
Ooh. He does.
But is he the home run?
He is.
But is he is he?
Yes.
So Hank Aaron hit as many legitimate home runs as he did.
You didn't say legitimate. You said is by measurement of what was measured and what wasn't accounted for.
My argument is that at the time everybody was doing it, right? Doesn't make it right, but everybody was doing it. So it's the same concept with, pitchers using basically rubber cement on their fingers to hold the ball.
Correct.
Same concept, just the record books look a little bit different. That's the thing that sucks is like Barry Bonds hit all the home runs. There's no doubt in it.
No, and to their defense too, like you're saying, is not just because everybody else is doing it, and not just because they're not testing for it,
right?
But if everybody's working to get better, and that's an advantage to get better,
mm-hmm.
and they are allowing it to happen, then yeah, I get what you're saying.
And at that time too, we got to think about the time frame as when this was happening. This was when it was coming fresh kind of out of a lockout, right? So you still had when was McGuire and Sosa's home run battle? 94?
Nah, I think 98.
98 is a little bit, yeah. So about the time
But
2001 when Barry
here's the
Bonds
deal.
was kind of going on his tear,
We-
it was almost supported to be using steroids.
So we walk outside and we see a police chase going down, and we see the car come by and throw out a bag of money, and they're still chasing them. We happen to go over to check out what the bag is, and we see there's a couple $1 million in it.
Right.
Well, if nobody saw us get it, what's it really going to hurt?
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but that's basically how that works in the professional scene.
Yeah.
So
That's the problem I have with it, I guess. And
Right.
and being personally around things that could have, I had to make that personal decision in my own life to
right.
do or not. And I was like, you know what? I want to feel good at whatever comes out of whatever I got.
Right.
And
And
so-
there's also like a lot of fundamental issues in terms of salaries too between the majors and AAA. You know,
yeah.
that in between. I mean, AAA you're making 40,000-50,000, like, which is still a wage that's livable, but being on the road all the time, is it really worth it? At the time you get to the AAA spot, you're ready to just move on. You're ready to get to the majors, so you're kind of pushing for that, right? But like,
It's like you're giving us the whole reason why, too.
I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
I'm just saying, but like the majors, you're millions, and then AAA is making enough to put food on the table, and like that's the difference.
You haven't even made it to AAA yet, have you?
No, I haven't made it to rookie ball or the Pacific League or anything.
We're semi-pro.
Yeah, semi-pro at nodding on. But that was our little rant for the day about anything and everything that we could think of. Is there anything you want to add on the Barry Bonds' crown or anything like that?
His head got bigger later in life.
His head was always just big.
Just saying.
His head was just big.
Go.
His head was just
Anyways.
big. He had a huge
I'm
head.
not casting stones.
Oh, I am. His head was huge. You know who's else?
Sue him, not me.
You know whose head was also huge? Jose Canseco.
Yeah, because he got hit in the head when it went over the fence.
Yup. A little bit of swelling going on there. All right. We out.
We out.